Next up on our 2024-2025 CVC Winter Sports Media Day Tour is the Wickliffe Blue Devils swim teams. We've got Coach Vince Tallarico here with us. Coach, thanks for being here. Why don't you start out? Just give us a quick preview. What can we expect out of the Blue Devils in the pool this year?
There's definitely going to be a lot of change coming. Our team is growing. Our team is getting better. I know these kids have a lot of heart and they put in a lot of work every day. So I'm really excited to see where they go this year and see what they can kind of prove to themselves as far as what they're really capable of.
How many swimmers do you have this year? How are the numbers?
We just broke 20. Just broke 20.
Is that a big team for Wickliffe? I think in the past it's been relatively small.
Yeah, I had 9 kids 2 years ago. So
wow, so that's great to double it in 2 years. What do you think led to that increase in swimmers coming out?
I think the kids are just seeing how fun swimming can be. You know, it's a sport that's not really very common. Luckily, we have kind of a big district up here in the Northeast District, and swimming's very prevalent in the area. So I think it's kind of just making its way around, and you know, the kids are seeing how fun it can be, and they're all trying to get in on the action.
Excellent. All right, Coach, I'll come back to you after I talk with your swimmers. We'll start with the girls team. For the folks at home, why don't you introduce yourself, name, grade, and the events you plan to compete in this year?
Hi, I'm Gabriella George. I'm in 11th grade, and I plan on competing in the 500 mostly, but also the 200 and the IM relay.
So you're one of those gluttons for punishment. You like those distance races?
Yeah, pretty much. I just like the thrill of it, honestly.
How much success have you had leading up to your junior year?
Well, I started last year as my first year ever swimming, and I think I did pretty well for my first year. And then going into summer swim this year, I dropped a lot of time, and then hopefully going into this year, we'll make it to districts or break the school record.
Excellent. How much have you grown as a swimmer from last year to this year? Since last year was your first year, you got a full season under your belt, maybe some time in the summer to work on some things, but how much have you grown?
I'd say significantly. I mean, starting off as a swimmer, I didn't even know how to turn correctly, and now I'm doing it consistently. The team is a family, and just I've grown as a person and a swimmer very large amount.
Here's a chance for you to give a shout out to your teammates. Who are some of the girls that have been impressive in practice so far through their work ethic and their performance?
Some people who really stick out are Emily Swatfield, Gianna Capasso, Mackenzie Davidson, Michaela Gaztek, Forty Palomo, Patty Babb, Madison Ruskin.
Okay, so a lot of girls doing some good work. Good. What does this team do for fun? All those team bonding events that I hear so much from swim teams. What do you guys like to do?
We have a lot of get-togethers where we bring food, we hang out, we play games. Honestly, we just like going out to eat and just being together. Like we could all sit in a room on our phones, and that's enough for us. We are a very, very tight group, and I think that's very, very fun. And we put our heads together when we need to, and not ever will anyone be wrong.
Excellent. And what are your goals? Oh, I'm sorry. It cut out, and then you started talking again. Sorry about that. A little bit of buffering issues. But what are your goals for this season for yourself? What are you trying to accomplish?
I'd like to break the school record, and I think I will do that. I'd like to make it to districts, and honestly, I want to win. I want to be first in most of my events.
Excellent. I like it. Be ambitious. All right. Well, good luck to you this winter. Let's go over to the boys team. For the folks at home, name, grade, and the events you plan to compete in.
My name's Grant Shaw. I'm in 11th grade. I plan on mainly competing in the 50 free, 100 breast, and maybe even the 200 free.
So you don't like those long races like your teammate over there?
No, I despise the coach that makes me do it.
Get the sprints. Those are good. All right. So coming in junior year, how long have you been swimming?
I started swimming freshman year. It was my first time even getting into a pool. And
You never know what's going to happen in one of our live streams.
yeah. I started freshman year. It was honestly my first time ever even getting into a pool, and I kind of just felt right. Like I didn't do everything I was told to do by coach, but I did everything that I could do. And honestly, I regret skipping out on all that yardage. Um, Even last year, my sophomore year, but this year I just put my head down and I get right to it.
You can't cheat the grind. It'll catch up to you eventually, but good. All right, so that's how you've kind of developed as a swimmer. You learned you can't cheat the grind, so good. Talk about some of the other swimmers on the boys' team. Who are the guys that have been impressive so far?
Harris, I cannot pronounce his last name.
Salas Beach.
Yeah. Angel Mercado, Max Palomo, who are some others? Jeffrey Pomp, Josh Ledetikin, the other Josh that's on our team, Josh Javins. Honestly, every guy on the team has stood out, and I'm extremely impressed with the new group of swimmers that we have this year and the already experienced swimmers.
Great. What's your pre-race routine? Do you have anything specific you like to do?
I just like to talk to coach. Then I go behind the blocks. I talk with everybody who I'm about to race with. I just kind of get to know everybody, but I like to get in everybody's head so that they're off guard whenever they're about to race, and then I kind of just do my thing.
All right, and what are your goals for the year?
To break all the records for the team on the boys' side.
I like the ambition. All right, Coach, back at you. We've talked a little bit about some of the other swimmers on the team. Who's caught your attention early in the preseason just through their work ethic and performance?
Honestly, all my kids really kind of wow me every day I come into practice. They always kind of start out slow at the beginning of the year. They're in that funk where they like to just kind of be lazy and, black off. But now as we're getting a few weeks in here, everybody's kind of putting their head down. I'm really, really impressed with my beginner's lane. It's amazing to see how fast those kids have grown in just a short amount of time they've been doing it. I have some extra help with another assistant this year, so she's a huge role in that. And the experienced kids, they're also really, really putting their heads down and kind of impressing me. So I think everybody across the board as a program, we're all kind of stepping forward a little bit.
Excellent. And I know every coach wants to get as many swimmers to districts and state as possible. How are you going to define success this year for your team?
Well, I think to be a champion, you've got to have that mindset. It's all about mentality for me. I think, anybody can come into work and do reps, but if you're not constantly believing that you can be everything you want to be, then you're not going to be. You can be the best swimmer in the world, but if you have a poor attitude, it's going to come out when you don't want it to. When you're in the light behind the block in lane 4 at sectionals getting ready to try to jump the heat to make it to districts and continue, but if you're in that funk, it's going to sneak up on you and it's going to come out in a turn and a kick. So I try to get these kids to understand that they are more than what they believe they are, and I try to make them take one step forward as an athlete, 2 steps forward as a person. That's a huge thing for me. So
outstanding. I like that. All right, Coach. Well, I appreciate you and your swimmers taking some time out of the day to preview your season. I wish you best of luck in the pool this winter.
Thank you so much.